It's already
Right,
rolling.
yeah, it is. All right. Hey, my name is Idra. This is my friend Josiah here.
Hello.
And we're gonna talk to you about community and how we think it's fucked up right now. So this compost idea. So can you talk about it a little bit so we can figure out what we want to do? Go ahead.
So my name's Josiah, and we're in Orlando, Florida right now.
Yes.
Entering the end of fall, looking winter's right around the corner.
Yeah, it is. It is here.
We had a cold snap.
Cold, yeah.
I mean, it's cold for us, but it wasn't that bad.
I know it's actually refreshing.
Else.
It's refreshing to have.
I keep forgetting that it's like
that snap. You know,
it's so nice out right now.
I know.
Everywhere else is like snowing. All right, sorry. We met at a juice bar. New Moon Market, College Park. $10.
Yes.
If you got $10, come by.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
And so that's where we met, and I juiced there, and so you see how much produce is there. It's like so much, and we chop it all up, and there's these bags that all the pulp goes into after we squeeze it out, and it gets dumped into this can, and then at the end of the day, it goes to a bigger can out back, and the city picks it up and does who knows what with it. So doing this, and being poor, trying to find money out of scraps, see an opportunity.
It's funny you say that, because did you get to the part that you want to make compost yet?
There's this plant waste. There's a lot of it, and so I was talking with a friend of mine actually when I first moved here, and he was, I was buying mushrooms from him actually, and he was going off on these worms. He's talking about these worms, and he was fired up. And he was like right in the city because there's a bunch of landfills here. And he was like, oh, these worms are so cool. I had no idea what he's talking about. I was just I was on shrooms actually. I was trying to pick his brain on that. Yeah. And then one of my other friends, Raymond, he brought it up. And I was like, yo, A plus B equals C, plant waste. I just need some worms. Yeah. Get a box. No, I just need and have you heard of fleet farming?
No, I haven't heard.
Well, they're
is that the one where you stack up?
No, they're an entity out here. The same guy who started East End Market.
Okay, yeah.
He started this entity called Fleet Farming, and they go around the community and get people's lawn and turn them into farms. It's like an urban farming project.
Okay, yeah. Wow, it's here?
It's here.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's. I applied for it. They told me to come back, because their thing was filled up. But anyways, they go around and they get people to donate their yards or whatever, and they use their yards to grow food, and then they try and give their food to the community. I think Sanctum is trying to have their menu fully off Fleet Farming.
That's nice. Yeah, Sanctum's a really nice restaurant.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I kind of was like, wanted to be something like that, get people to donate their space, and except Fleet Farming is nonprofit, and people actually have to pay them.
Yeah.
And I wanted people to actually make money. You know what I mean? Like, here, let me use your yard.
Yeah, they can
you can get a percentage or whatever, or have some soil, and you know what I mean, for your garden.
They definitely get tax breaks if they provide a service or some kind of collateral for a not-for-profit. They do get a tax break at the end of the year. I'm not sure how much for land. I don't know how much for land, but
who does?
The person who donated the land, they get a tax break at the end of the year. Yeah.
Right. So that's something to advertise.
But not nearly
Fleet
as much
Farming,
as
they have to pay $500 or something initial startup fee. But And was thinking about like, oh, official business, like, you know what I mean? I had a name and then I was like, you know what? I kind of don't want to like be that official.
Yeah.
I need to slow down. Mm-hmm. One, I don't even really know. I need to do more research. Mm-hmm. And I kind of like keeping it like a roots rock vibe, you know, like a hustle almost, like.
Yeah, a hustle.
Yeah, you know, that's the best way I can describe it. You know what I mean? Like, I use people's backyards. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, just work out deals. Yeah. And make sure, you know, there's enough to go around, like.
Okay, so you want this system here in Florida.
Right, and it's applicable anywhere that there is a community that has, you know, businesses. You know what I mean?
Your system is actually a really good system. I'm just not a fan of this state of Florida. I'm sorry, guys. If anybody's a fan out there, it can't be that with you.
Hey, with that being said, Florida's really cool though. You know, I'm from the West Coast. Lived in Arizona a little bit. Yeah. Oregon, Cali. Florida's pretty cool. You know, I don't know why you don't like it. Yeah. I'm sure there are things that you do like about it.
It's a bit slow paced.
There's things I don't like either.
That's the biggest
We're in the
problem.
South, though. That's
I know. But even, you know, California, it's a huge.
What rush you in?
I'm not in a rush.
Where are you trying to go?
I just have nowhere to go. That's the thing. You know, I have to stumble across events, things to do around here. I don't know. I do see like how your program could actually do a lot of good for this little space here that's cultivating now. So it has a few spots. You know, it wasn't here before 10 years ago because you just moved here a few years. I've been here
a couple months ago.
I was here for a long time, and like 10 years ago or 8 years ago, they didn't have any of these restaurants where it's like vegan. There's like a little community that's like really starting to get into the whole like healthy eating, you know, healthy well-being, not just eating, but I'm starting to see that. But I can't just see myself ever committing to Florida, you know.
Okay, that's what I agree with you on.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason why I wanted to keep it as a hustle. Yeah. Because I didn't want to start an official business, and I'm not really trying to be here like that. You know what I mean? Like, business is like...
Thank you,
You have to commit.
Yeah, you do.
You have to commit to, like, being here for at least 3 years.
Yeah, man, yeah.
And I'm like... I don't know about that. Yeah. Even though I feel like there'd be a good amount of freedom to travel, it wouldn't be slavery, like,
of course,
clocking in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, don't even fucking get me started on that shit.
Oh, yeah, let's not get on that shit,
Fucking clock. If you gotta clock in out there.
Hashtag type A's.
Fucking, that's some bullshit.
Hashtag petty,
and I feel you. You're not crazy. Huh?
Yeah, hashtag petty.
Petty boss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But anyways, we're trying to be our own bosses out here. That's the movement.
Because that is.
It's about self-empowerment and the people taking back the power.
Yep.
Because we are the motherfucking power. Excuse my language. But I had to give a little something to it. Yeah. Because it's that real. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I feel the realness that's here.
Hey, but Florida is cool for that, though.
Mm-hmm. The Florida is cool for realness. That is, true. I'm pretty sure that you are the first person that has ever said that. Ever. That Florida is the realist. I can almost guarantee you that. I would say California.
It's pretty cool out here, man. You know, there's the whole marijuana thing. That's a total bummer. You know, it's a total bummer. Though. That doesn't mean anything, though, for anybody who actually cares about. No disrespect to people who are ill and looking to use marijuana as a cure or, you know, to help that. But there's a lot of other people who use marijuana who aren't finna die. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that serious, but it is, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big part of a lot of people's lives. And not only that, more than people need to be allowed to buy it and to smoke it, they need to be allowed to grow it. Yeah. Because that's going to inspire them to grow food, and that's going to make them really see reality. Yeah. When the whole reason I got onto growing food, I went to the ganja farm in Oregon last year. I was coming back around this time, and it was I went out there kind of as a venture capitalist, looking for a job on a farm, you know what I mean, trying to make money.
Where was this?
This is in Oregon, South Oregon.
South Oregon.
Very beautiful.
Is that like near Portland, or is it?
No, it's Portland's all the way at the north. Yeah. I was in like Grants Pass, Eagles Point, Selma.
Oh, okay, Selma. I know where Selma is.
Yeah. So I was down there in the South Emerald Triangle area, and it was amazing, but I realized that food played a major role. Like marijuana is not, and all these other herbal substances, healing. Food is number one. Yeah, food is the first drug. Yeah. Food is the first medicine. Food is the first energy. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and
I'm so right there with you, man.
And I had to go out there and be surrounded by all this weed and all this crazy energy, and it's not what you think it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. People are all wild up and tense and paranoid, and people aren't eating right. You know what I mean?
In
like,
Oregon?
Just in the industry. You know what I mean? In the industry. And it's not the healing environment you would expect it to be. And I learned that growing food is just really important. It's really, that's like going back to the roots, you know what I mean? Like,
it is,
knowing what you're, reforming your diet, knowing where your food comes from, knowing where your herb comes from.
Yeah, and knowing that you made it. That's a huge part too.
And knowing that you made it.
You grew it, homegrown,
And that also creates that community, you know what I mean? Because out there in Oregon, you got people, not only is it rec, but people are allowed to grow. Yeah. So you could grow herb. You're allowed so many plants. You got the bomb. You can take it to the dispensary. They're selling your shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're making money. You're making money. Yeah. People are smoking shit that's grown in Oregon.
Yeah, it supports a local system. Yeah.
It supports a local system. And it's like, not only that, and when I was leaving Oregon, I was like, oh man, I need to get a bunch of land. And I need to move out of the city, and I need to, be this off-grid homesteader, freaking cool person, which is, I still want to do that at some point, but I didn't realize how important it is to do all of this in the city right now.
It is.
Using the land that's available, doing the best you can with what you have. And there's a lot of land that's in urban areas that's not being used for anything. That could be used for free or for very low cost and risk than, taking out a loan or buying a big ass plot of land, because land's not cheap.
And I also think that let's say something happens in the next year or so, I don't think Trump is going to be helping us get out of any financial crisis anytime soon. So let's say we start feeling the weight of the world,
It's already there.
It is.
If you don't feel it, you're not tuned in. Because there's a food crisis, there's a water crisis, there's an air crisis, there's an earth crisis.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And if you're not aware of that shit, you in fucking delusional fairyland because you go into the grocery store and you see food every day.
Yeah.
You don't realize. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a shortage, yo.
Yeah, there is,
2% of people in the world, 2% of the world population knows how to grow food. And the average age of the farmer today is like 60. So the knowledge is dying out, and their kids do not want to follow in their footsteps. You know what I mean? They want to come into this city tech life, and we over here in Babylon like, oh my God, we don't know what to do. Because no one knows how to grow food. Nobody's allowed to grow ganja. And nobody fucking talks to each other. You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck, crowded isolation,
Yeah, I totally get that.
But there's a fucking crisis, and it's happening right now.
Yeah.
And I want to encourage everybody who sees this. I don't know if you've seen it. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah,
Before the Flood.
National Geographic.
Before the Flood. Have you seen that documentary?
I did. Yeah, it was like I felt bad for him because he was trying to. You could see he was like, "Wow, so you're telling me there's really nothing we could do?" Like, and he's like, "So what is something practical that we can actually do as a people to start working towards, making climate change or like." Starting to mitigate it because what it is, it's already out of hand. It's already like we're already going down that road. Yeah.
This is what I have to say about that. If you'd like to hear.
Go ahead. This is discourse. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a point in the movie where he's talking with an Indian woman, and they're having this conversation.
Oh yeah. She was angry.
She was keeping it real.
Yeah, she was having. I
really loved her perspective and her attitude and her, like you said, no bullshit on America. And I loved how they represented two parts of the world, two mentalities of the world.
Because I saw too how at the beginning, before they had this interview with her, they were depicting India as like because they're like, oh, it's a big mecca for growth, like for produce and all this stuff, and their people, a lot of them are poor, blah blah blah. But she was like, well, this is a problem that if the three biggest nations in the world, and just the one biggest nation in the world, actually took responsibility and started to set that example for us, then we would fall in line. You know,
right.
Like you can't expect the smaller countries, one that's been like colonized and then they left its economic in ruin, like basically the economy in ruin. They have almost half their people are on the streets, and there's a huge energy crisis, there's a huge food crisis, there's a huge water crisis, and you're expecting them to be a leader in climate change, you know, and you're coming over here asking me like, what can we do? What can you guys do? You guys have the resources. We're over here barely trying to get by, you know?
Right.
Like, I get that.
And that leads exactly into what I was going to say. Leonardo DiCaprio said something in response to her that, you know, he was saying that Americans are not going to give up or... I'm not going to make the sacrifices that need to make. Yeah. Personally, Americans are. And that made me realize something and this is the other thing, how much these other countries want to be like us.
Yeah.
They want to be like us individually. They want to live our lifestyles. They want to have lots of trash. They want to have excessive things. They want to acquire these material things and have you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have these high buzzing industries or industrial societies that create lots of waste.
Yeah.
And that made me realize that how each individual lives day to day in their lifestyle, that all the choices that we make really influences the world. Like, you don't even realize, like, when you leave the room and you leave the light on, you know what I mean? That's a luxury. We don't understand because we don't see that.
Yeah.
I use as much electricity as 60 people in India.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking crazy. Yeah. Because I do wild shit like leave the light on and fucking do, you know what I mean? Like, do things that I'm hella desensitized to.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that shit's hard, like leaving the AC on.
Yeah. The best way for America, I feel, to start moving in towards a direction that's, getting rid of those shortages all around. Diet, yes, but I think doing that through a community where everybody is networked together.
You have to decentralize.
Decentralize, yes, that's a good word. I like that.
Decentralize. Like all this crowdedness, But this is the thing. It's also weird.
And then when it's not crowded, it's like these little boxes that we put ourselves in. Yeah,
right.
We don't even know who's over there. I don't know.
It's
who's
crowded
over there,
isolation.
You know? Yeah, crowded isolation. Yeah.
Wow. It's a trip. It's a mind.
Crowded isolation.
It's it's just another form of a ghetto. You know what I mean? How to freaking oppress people without them even knowing it. You know what I mean? Saying like,
and yeah, of course, that's part of the system where you create you create a culture where it's acceptable where you don't know your neighbor. You know what I mean?
Right.
You create a culture where everybody is disconnected from each other. You know, like part of having like a successful community and a thriving one where you're not, you know, ripping all the resources out of, you know, your environment is one where people are working together, not working against each other, you know? So I don't know. I don't know how America's going to get to that point, but I could see if there's, ideally, it would have to be something socioeconomic in manner where it you know, it influences everybody. Everybody's going to feel it, and so everybody's going to have to be brought together because of it. Yeah, but you can already see that with the protests with Trump. Yeah, you can see that with South Dakota pipeline incidents. Voldemort. He is Voldemort. he actually. I don't even want to give him. He's not. He wished he was Voldemort. He doesn't have the capacity to be Voldemort.
Hey, I need to go see that.
You know, definitely Hillary is the Voldemort though. Ma'am.
But it's interesting though on the decentralization topic. Mm-hmm. I know you'll relate to this. Okay. But it's like you have to inhale to exhale. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like I said, I had this epiphany where before I was trying to get out of the city and go by land, you know, be away. Yeah. And
it's about balance, you know, and honestly,
well, right now it needs to be done in the city because
that's where it's needed the most.
It's needed, and that's where you'll spread the most influence. Mm-hmm. Like if people are seeing gardens and you know this type of lifestyle, I was telling people like, girls need to get in the garden. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And like dudes too, like, you know what I mean? Like then people are gonna be like, oh man, I need to go chill in the garden. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have to make it cool. You have to make it seen. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like people walk past and people like the gardens. Mm-hmm. And once you realize how easy it is and how much money you save, man, that's where it's like, because that's where they have us really. Food and shelter. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't feed yourself and you can't shelter yourself, like, you're dependent on someone else for that. Like, you really can't ask. You really can't complain. If, you know what I mean? How someone treats you. It's like, look, you don't even know how to feed and shelter yourself. Yeah. So, first learn how to do that. And then, you know, that's not to justify what's going on, but that shit's real, man.
Yeah, it is.
Trust me, I want to move out of the city just as much as the next person. You know? Move into the mountain.
Yeah, well, the mountains, yeah. I'm not looking to move out of the city. I'm looking to move into a community, somewhere where people actually want to set something like that up. Because you don't have to be out of the city for that, you know? You can even create a small ecosystem within a whole household. Like one that has like 8 roommates or something, you know? Yeah.
Because learning how to grow food was part of my role. I have a friend, she's actually doing sustainable architecture.
Oh,
and then
I would love to meet her, please.
She's in Phoenix going to school, but I'm sure you'll meet her if,
because that's something I want to get into. She goes to school. What school is she going
to? Her name's Lorraine Etchell. Yeah. She's a very brilliant person. She is in Phoenix, Arizona at Frank Lloyd Wright School of Design, Architectural Design.
And they focus on
if you all know Frank Lloyd Wright, he was all, you know Frank Lloyd Wright, right?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I know. Ooh. I'm just terrible with these things.
No, you're great. Yeah. Don't worry.
Go ahead.
I didn't know who he was at one point either. You know? Until she put me on. And this dude's, he was so ahead of his time. Look him up. This dude's from the old school. But this dude was like, his philosophy was just that we should build our societies around nature. And, you know, how we go about it is totally wrong. Like, we move nature, we cut it down, we kill it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And he was, you know, he used to design houses, but he also, you know, was on some higher shit. And I learned a lot listening to his interviews and whatnot. But he started a school in Phoenix, when no one was living out there, and he created this cool little, I've never seen it, but it's, this little community where you learn how to build communities. And it was a couple years ago before I moved out here. It was just last year, actually.
Yeah.
I had met up with her, and she was talking about going to, she was in France, and she was looking at all the chateaus and hearing about people renovating them and, doing that. And then I found this article on NPR.
Okay.
And talking about villages for sale, 50,000, full villages with structures, farms. They're just abandoned. You know what I mean? Because their economy collapsed not too long ago. People giving away stuff. And I was like, yo, I want, we should create a community. You know what I mean? And so that was another reason why I went to Oregon to learn how to grow bud. Because I was like, have a cash crop to sustain the city or community or whatever,
Yeah.
And I bounced it off Lorraine, and she was like, oh yeah, hell yeah. My friend Lorenzo is my dude. This dude's, just the guy, you know what I mean? Gotta have him around.
Master grower?
Yeah, he's just the master of
life.
The king of diamonds, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, yeah, I get that.
Just solid.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, and then so went to Oregon, ganja led to food, and got this internship in Panama for sustainable agriculture, and I was supposed to be doing that in September. I would have been done by now, but moved out here and got the job, and the internship cost $5,000. And so I was like, maybe I could learn the same information, go to fleet farming. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
Learn kind of, because I felt urban farming was better,
Intern somewhere than it is to pay $5,000 for a course,
Well, it was an internship, but you just had to pay because it was the flight and they feed you and whatever. But I was like, I could learn the same information, just here. Worms idea.
Worms.
But that is ultimately my goal. I want to learn how to grow food, not only for myself, and learn how to become, spend less money, and learn how to make money by growing food and providing that service. But also, I'm learning about crop rotation and I want to learn how to grow food for 10,000, 50,000 people. You know what I mean?
In small spaces,
Yeah, or just however. You know what I mean? In any way. You know what I mean? It don't matter. Just show me the space, or show whoever. You know what I mean? I just know that I want that for myself. And, one day, by those 100 acres, or however many, wherever it is, South America, United States, Canada, Europe, don't matter. You know what I mean? Yeah. Planet Earth, wherever it is.
Yeah,
planet you know what
Earth,
I mean?
The whole planet, yeah.
I would like to do it in multiple locations, but really have just a community. You know what I mean? I know a lot of this idea ain't new. Yeah. People are already doing it. They're already out there. Yeah. But I definitely want to be a part of making one. Yeah. And you know what I mean? Working with my friends on building a dope place where people can get away from clocking in and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck this system, 9 to 5.
Really though.
Fuck it though.
You know what I mean? And come back and learn how to take the power back. You know what I mean? Get you a plot of land. Learn how to build a structure. Learn how to grow food. And really gain back that perspective. And that's not to, hate on city life or technology.
It's about just resources. It's not about
balance.
Balance. It's not even And it's such a practical thing to do, you know what I mean? And you're providing your own food. You are using your own space, you know, and it's something that everybody can benefit from. You know, you're making food for yourself and for whoever is involved in your network. Yeah. And you're going to be healthy, which is extremely important. And
that's
you did that all by yourself.
And you're going to become, well, honestly, you're going to become a scientist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to be a human is to be a scientist, because that's the thing. The way our shit is set up, we don't have to think about it. You know what I mean? You don't have to understand these things that you have to know to be alive. You know what I mean? Like, to be alive means to understand how to grow and, you know what I mean? All these details of life, you know, and your body and what to eat. And, man, every day I'm just learning, like, wow, there's just so much information, like,
out there, yeah.
But, you know, and it's infinite, but, you know, you take it day by day and one by one, you know, it can be done.
So, moral of the story, we're going to go back to the question. You want to do this in Florida, yeah? In Florida.
Well, it's because I'm here. I'm in Florida, so I can't think about nowhere else. You know what I mean? There's no point. I'm at this point in my life where it's like, I got to do it right now. I'm in Florida. You know what I mean?
Commit or not. Yeah.
It's like, I came here. It's either leave or do something here. You know what I mean? And it's like, I see this community. I like the people. It's nice here. Why not make an impact in this community?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before I leave. Like, it's possible. It's so possible. You know what I mean? Like,
possible, yeah.
They got crystal shops. Like, people are already ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's already a space.
There's
already a space. Yeah. There's already space for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, for anybody to step in and provide what they want to provide like that. I didn't know that coming here. Yeah. Trust me, I never in a million years thought I'd ever live in Orlando, fucking Florida. I fucking ended up here through the universe. Plop. And lo and behold, there's this little community of vegans, bunch of vegans and crystal heads running around drinking juice and like, you know what I mean? Like cool ass people, like musicians, there's a cool little vibe, like vegans,
it's a little niche.
I became vegan in Orlando because I was exposed by so many people, like, and not only that, but like peers too. There's a lot of young people. That's the craziest thing about it. It's like, it's young people that are like about this lifestyle. And, you know, it's not about, oh, I'm vegan. Like, I'm not vegan. I still eat fish and honey and other things. But
it's not an identity. It's just a lifestyle. You know
it's a lifestyle because it affects the climate in the world. Like, and you don't realize until you really pay attention. And I ain't watched Cowspiracy because I already know. I'm just I'm gonna make the sacrifice. I already know.
But the documentary that we were talking about, Leonardo.
I know it's bad too, but you know, it's like, and I'm about to. Oh my Lord, have mercy!
What?
Thanksgiving. Don't get me started on Thanksgiving.
I know, man.
People going out and it's like, and when I say people, I mean everybody because I'm a part of the group.
I'm definitely.
But I'm about to fast.
Yeah,
I fasted last year.
Fasting on Thanksgiving.
I fasted last year. I'm fasting this year, and I'm fasting every year until my Thanksgiving is from food that I've grown. Yeah. You know what I mean? Okay, bringing it back. And until then, every year I'm going to acknowledge, you know, the sufferation. You know what I mean?
Wow. I agree with you 100% about
because
that.
It's going on right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not only for the past, but for right now too. It's so ironic.
Yeah, it is.
People is going out getting, I was at, Publix right now. People going crazy.
Yeah.
Shopping.
Wiping it out, yeah.
They're about to eat, and they're going to, you know, what are you thankful for?
It's a commercialized holiday.
It's commercialized, and then...
It's only there to make money.
And the ideology of the actual time when that the pilgrims and the natives.
Man, don't get me started.
Exactly.
I
you know
cry
what I mean?
Still, I still cry.
There's that whole thing on it.
Yeah. Man.
And
did you hear about
think about the youth.
Yeah.
What's going on in all the elementary schools right now? They teaching that stuff right now, yo. That's what's being taught.
Oh, man.
All the youth is being brought up on this, and people are gonna walk around. Oh, what are you thankful for? And then what happens the next day? What's after Thanksgiving?
Yeah, let me tell you.
Black Friday.
Black Friday. Yeah. I was speaking to my little cousin. She's 11 years old, and she was asking about. I was asking her because I was really into the whole South Dakota pipeline issue, and I had really was really upset about that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know what a Native American is? And she had no idea at 11 years old what a Native American is. Okay.
Wow.
And not only that, I was like,
an ethnicity.
Yeah. As a culture, as a tribe. Yeah. She had no idea. She was never taught it. Number two, I said, do you know what happened? Like, I had to explain Thanksgiving to her, like the real Thanksgiving. I was like, you know what really happened? All these Europeans came in and killed them all. She's like, they killed them all off. I was like, yes, they're completely wiped out. And then I was like, let's say someone comes into your house, okay? They come in, you own the house. They come into your house. Then they say, you get the bathroom. And that's where you're going to live, is in the bathroom. And I said, what's happening in Dakota is they're saying, now that you have this little bathroom, we're going to put a big-ass pipe that makes all your water dirty.
We put a big-ass turd in your toilet.
A big-ass turd. And when you turn on the faucet, turd comes out. When you turn on the bathtub, turd comes out. Okay.
When you try to take a shower,
turd comes out. Yeah. So that's what so imagine that. They not only did they give you the bathroom.
What'd she say?
They were like, they're giving you turd water. She was like, what? She was like, I hope I gave you a good metaphor so you can understand what it is to be Native American here, because that's exactly what happened. Or anybody who's a minority. That's pretty much what has happened here. It's just so fucked up.
Indigenous rights, y'all.
Yeah, man.
All the way.
Yeah.
And getting back to your indigenous root.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. One up for the shamans, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think this is a good way to end. Thanks for stopping by, Josiah. And I'm Adrian. I'm going to sign out saying love, peace, and, fucking live your life, because that's all you have. Is life, love, and heart, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so have a good day.